Hello everyone, and welcome to a new grammar lesson. And today we're going to talk about prepositions and transport. Last week we decided to take a short weekend break and go somewhere. We were thinking to go on a plane, but the flights were so expensive that we thought, well, probably it will be a good idea to go on a train. But finally we went by our electric car. Have you got any doubts when to use in, on, by? Don't worry, at the end of this lesson you will have it crystal clear. Let's start. Talking about different means of transport depending on their structure and size, we normally use such prepositions as on, in, or by. Let's start with the preposition on. We normally use preposition on talking about the transport when there is a lot of space. What does it mean? Well, this is a transport where we can get inside this transport, we can stand there, we can move around and walk on it. For example, bus, boat, airplane or train, and we usually share these types of transport. So we use on with a boat, for example, on a boat, on a bus, on a train, on the airplane, because there is enough surface so we can walk around. For example, we went to Paris on a plane. So we flew to Paris on a plane. My granddad loves being on a boat. So there is a boat, there is a surface, and my granddad, he loves staying on a boat. My aunt, she's afraid of flying. She prefers to go on holiday on a train. Sometimes you can hear people saying, I'm in a bus, I'm in a train. So in this case, they're not referring to the mean of transport, but they're referring to the place they are in now. For example, I was still in the bus when a blue car collided a tree near the bus stop. I wasn't talking about the mean of transport I was traveling. I was talking about the place where I was at the moment when the collision happened. We also use the preposition on talking about an enclosed transport where we can actually stand or sit on it. For example, on a bike. The bike, we normally sit on the seat of the bike and then we ride it. So on a bike, on a motorcycle, on a horse, on a jet ski or on a quad. For example, have you come on foot? No, I'm on a bike. We are going to an excursion on quads. So actually we sit on quads and drive them. I will go to La Graciosa Island on a jet ski. We can't use the preposition in with this means of transport such as bike, horse, quad because we can't get inside them. There is no manner we can get inside the bike or inside the horse or inside the quad. We sit on them to ride. So with these means of transport, they are always used with preposition on. And now let's move on and let's talk about the preposition in. So we use the preposition in when we're talking about more private transport, including taxi, where we don't share with any other passengers and where there is no space to stand, to walk around it. For example, in a car, in a taxi, in a tractor, in a lorry, in an ambulance. So we can get inside and we have to sit because there is no space to move around. For example, I will go to the concert in a taxi. So we'll get into the taxi and sit there and wait till the taxi gets me to the concert. And as example, my neighbor is a farmer. He spent the whole day in a tractor. So actually, my neighbor, he sits inside the tractor. I forgot my key in the car. I forgot my key in the car. So that means that my key is inside the car. If you say, for example, I'm on an ambulance, it will sound quite strange because it will actually mean that you're on the roof of the ambulance and it sounds quite dangerous. So be careful. If you are in the ambulance, you're inside the ambulance, not on it. So when do we use the preposition by? We use the preposition by to describe the mode, the way, the method of traveling. For example, by boat, by train, by plane, by car, by sea, by air. If you see, we don't use any article with the noun. We don't see by a boat, by a train. Because here we're not referring to any particular mean of transport. We are talking about the way, the method we are moving from one place to another. We went to Asturias by plane, we returned to Madrid by train. Mark is a sailor. He loves traveling by sea. Traveling by air is the quickest way to get where you need. However, if we go somewhere without using any means of transport but our feet, in this case, we will normally say go on foot, not by foot. And now let's have some practice. Let's have some quiz. Prepositions and transportation. Are you ready? Let's start. Task number 1. I lost my bag. I think I left it at a taxi. In, by, on. A taxi, it's a small place where we can't move around. So, in. Well done. Next, task number 2. My mom is coming to visit me. She is arriving a plane. On a plane, in a plane, by a plane. A plane is a big surface where we can walk around, and there is indefinite article a there. So the answer will be on a plane. Good job. Next task. We are going to the cinema. We have plenty of time as the movie starts at 5:30. Shall we go foot, by foot, on foot, in foot? We can't go in foot because we can't get inside our foot. So it's by foot or on foot. If you remember, I said at the end, if we don't use any means of transport, we say on foot. Task number 4. Cindy doesn't like flying. That's why she travels train. In, on, or by. In this case, we're talking about the way, the method Cindy prefers to travel. So the answer will be by. And the last task. Task number 5. Mary was a horse when it began to run, throwing her to the ground. Oh, poor Mary. So on a horse, in a horse, or by a horse. Obviously, we can't say in a horse because we can't get inside. On or by. Obviously, Mary was on the top, on a horse, when it began to run, throwing her to the ground. Well done, good job. This is the end of our video. I hope you will enjoy it. I invite you to write your own example in the comment box. For more questions or doubts, send me a message. Bye bye for now. It's Teacher Alice and see you next time.